Good afternoon to all, well and safe. Welcome to this day 5 of the 7 days 7 skill program brought to you by Skillshark Edutech in association with the Clippers Child Council of India. So we have Manasi Patil with us today, and let's explore the world of astronomy and multiple other skills that she is having. And we have the founder of the Clippers Child Council of India, uh, Riyadh, also with us, and we welcome you all for this session. Over to you, Riyadh.
Thank you very much, sir. So, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Usher sir, for organizing the event and supporting us. And also, thank you, uh, Manasi Patil, for spending your precious time to join in this event to uh, make all the participants visitors along with you, some travelers to the space, not without any rocket, but not without any space shuttle, but with some ideas, and also uh, just like we feel in books, a bookish journey. So that's an online journey. And Manasi is a 15-year-old aiming to empower Gen Z youth, and she's the founder of My Thoughts Are Stars. She's an author of 2 books, and she's also a youth leadership advocate. And she is a proud member of the Clippers Child Council of India, and she is an amazing author, columnist, editor, blogger, book reviewer, public speaker, and also a STEM researcher. And especially to go with today's event, she is an aspiring space science enthusiast with a passion for all knowledge regarding the origin of life and life in the future, how it started and how it will end. So, Galaxies are really amuse her, and stars make her one to reach them to means just like in childhood we always had the dreams, and she's really trying to achieve it. So, and she has also been awarded the Indian Achiever Award in the category Young Achievers Award. And today she'll be speaking on the topic inclining towards astrophilism, regarding astronomy, which is has been means just like this is an out of the earth topic, and also the vast universe that never stops, and no one has ever known where it ends on or how it started. So let us pass this conversation to Manasi, and over to you, Manasi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Riyadh. I would first like to thank the Clippers Health Council of India and Skillshark Edutech for creating this amazing awareness program, 7 days, 7 skills. And today is the 5th day of this program, Inclining towards Astrophilism. So thank you for this wonderful idea and for taking me as one of the speakers. I'm looking forward to this event and to share my insights regarding the space with every one of you. Thank you, and here's hoping to a wonderful afternoon today. So, should we start?
Yes, sure.
Great. Give me a minute. I hope it's visible to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Uh, okay, great. So first, the audience, like when you heard about this word astrophilism, you must have all been wondering what in the world is astrophilism. And some of you must have like researched about it on the net, searching for what is astrophilism. Most of you must have found about it, but there must be some of you who were like, you weren't much aware what this is. So I'll be telling you what this astrophilism actually means. So first, you'll be like this little alien over here who will be like, what is astrophilism? So worry not, I'll tell you about all of it. So astrophile is basically a person who is strongly attracted to the knowledge about the stars and the universe as a whole. This is an adjective used to describe people or young enthusiasts who are enthusiastic or eager to learn about the space, the science. And astrophilism is a term I have coined, which basically refers to someone or something which is more inclined towards learning about the space, learning about what the space is made up of, how it will end, and everything related to the universe. So, astrophilism is a term which, in general, means learning about astronomy, exploring its different branches, and everything that is there to learn. So, before I actually deep dive into that, let me ask you guys, how many of you are enthusiastic about the space and learning what astronomy basically has to offer us? If any one of you can unmute your mic and tell me. Yes, anyone? No one is enthusiastic about this space here.
Jaswant,
I was.
please.
If you are once enthusiastic about the space, you always remain enthusiastic about the space because that is the beauty of it. It will
Yes.
always keep you intrigued about that. So, um, that is what basically astronomy has to offer us. It is, and by the end of this session, I hope you are somewhat inclined towards astrophilism and learning about astronomy, exploring what it is and what it has to offer us. So I am really hoping to tell you more about that, and yeah, let's dive into it. So basically, as to the study of astronomy started a long time ago. Throughout history, humans have looked up to the sky to navigate the vast oceans, to decide when to plant their crops, and to answer the questions where we came from, how we got here. So it is something that opens our eyes and gives context as to what is our place in the universe and how we can reshape how we see the world. So this is something which today we call it as astrology, deciding what to do, when to do according to the time that the stars tell us. So that is today we have coined it as astrology, and people have been using the space, the universe to get access to it. But actually, in the beginning, in the very, very beginning of the study of astronomy and everything, there was this scientist, some group of scientists, which believed that Earth was actually the center of the universe and not the sun. Sorry, Earth was the center of the solar system and not the sun. And people actually believed that, and their theories, their religion, everything revolved around that. But then there was this one scientist, Nicholas Copernicus, who claimed that not the Earth, but the sun was actually the center of the our solar system. And that actually triggered a massive revolution. People were like,
Your mic is muted, Manasi.
oh, how long has it been muted? Oh.
Okay.
So, okay, I guess I'll go again. So that is about astrophilism. I mean, it has so much to offer us. And by the end of the session, I hope you all are intrigued towards astrophilism and what astronomy has to offer us. So if you look closely at how we have progressed and evolved, you'll see that throughout human history, people have looked up to the sky to navigate the vast oceans, to decide when to plant their crops, and to answer the questions where we came from and how we actually got here. Today, we call this as astrology, looking at the stars and deciding which time will be perfect to do an event or to do something. That is something we call astrology today. But back then, people actually used to do that. And since then, the study of universe has started. You will be surprised to know. I mean, most of you must be already knowing this. Before, people claimed that Earth was actually the center of our solar system and not the sun. And the religions of the people, the science, society, everything revolved around this theory. But there was this one scientist, Copernicus, who claimed that the sun was actually the center of our solar system. And you won't believe me, but it actually triggered a massive revolution because it was because people, everyone believed that Earth was the center, they were the center of the solar system, and so when the contradictory happened, they were just furious. This revolution actually, all the religion, the science, society had to adapt to a very different worldview, that they were not the center of the solar system. So you see, this is the power the astronomy, the universe has in us. It can lead to a massive revolution, and who knows what it may lead to today. So that is the power of astronomy. It has always had a significant impact on our worldview. For example, like if I want to give you an example of how, the study of astronomy, how the study of universe was back then, like before all of this modern technology was developed, the constellations were named after Greek mythology characters, and we still follow them today. For example, the constellation Andromeda, which is actually from the Greek mythology, the chained maiden. She is a character from the Greek mythology, which is equivalent to the Indian Ramayana or Mahabharata. So these constellations, we still follow these constellation names, right? So we still follow what was given to us, what was imparted to us back then. But now, as our understanding of the world progresses, we find ourselves and a view of the world even more entwined with the stars. It is not that since then we have lost our connection with the universe or something. It's actually not that. We discovered quite recently, in fact, that the material from which the sun, the stars, the not the sun, the stars, the dust, and the gases surrounding them are the same materials from which you and I, are made up with. So that has actually deepened the connection of astronomy with us, of like the universe with us. This connection, it touches our life, and the awe it inspires is perhaps the reason that the beautiful images astronomy provides us with are so popular in today's culture. And we'll be looking at some of these beautiful images today in today's session also. Now, why should you study astronomy? That is one of the important questions this session is going to address, right? Why should you even bother listening to this session? Um, there are so many unanswered questions in astronomy. Current research is struggling to understand questions like how old are we? What is the fate of the universe? And perhaps the most interesting one, how unique is the universe? And could a slightly different universe have supported life? What if things didn't go as the way they did? And what if you and I never existed, or we existed but in a very different form? Just there are so many possibilities. But astronomy is also breaking records each day, every moment. And it is like there are so many things, new things happening every day. We are establishing the furthest distances, most massive objects, highest temperatures, and most violent explosions. So we are discovering every day today. But why should you bother studying about astronomy, the universe? So I'm sure every one of you at some point in your life must have wondered, how are we made? Like, how did we even origin? Right? How did humans came to be, and what will be the end of the human existence? So if you continue to study about astronomy, it will take years and years, centuries to get the answer to this question. But if you stay long enough, if you pursue astronomy long enough, I'm sure it is going to quell our curiosity. So that is one of the many reasons you should study astronomy. We also struggle to answer how old are we really. Now, I am 15, but how old have the humans existed? Our textbooks also gives the number as 3.6 billion years ago. But changes are happening each day. How do we know that this is the constant year, a constant number of years this has been happening since? So you never know, and astronomy offers to give the answers to this question. What is the fate of the universe? How unique are we? Or are we unique at all? That is one of the most mysterious questions we can answer, perhaps. Now, to answer this question, why should you study astronomy? I would like to quote Ahmad Zewali, who won the Nobel Prize in 1999 in chemistry. So, what he said: preserving knowledge is easy. Transferring knowledge is also easy. So, we have preserved knowledge in the form of books, videos, scripts, everything. Transferring knowledge, I'm transferring my insights, what I know to you today. So, that is also very easy. It's not much of a deal. But making new knowledge is neither easy nor profitable in the short run. So doing other things to doing explaining things, preserving things, that is easy. But making new things is different, and that is what astronomy offers us. You have the chance to do something new, to do something innovative, and something groundbreaking. So the research about astronomy, it is the force that provides you with the power to do great things and learn so much thing from the universe. So this is something very basic astronomy addresses us, and today we'll also be learning about some intriguing topics which hopefully make you inclined towards astronomy. Now, okay, so first we'll start with the dark matter. So dark matter is one of the several mysterious and intriguing topics which we study today. Any of you has any clue to like what dark matter is, or if you can give any information or summary about this, it will be great. Any
May I?
science enthusiast? Yes.
So I guess it will be about the most inner mysterious facts about the universe, the vast universe.
Yes.
A substance which we have never encountered.
Right, right. So what both of you said like corresponds a lot. Uh, excuse me. So dark matter is one of the most mysterious subjects because we have never interacted with it actually. Let me tell you this fact. I mean, you must know of this, some of you. The universe is expanding every day. It is expanding as I'm telling you this. It is expanding every single moment that we are facing. It is just keeping on expanding. And you know what will happen if it just keeps on expanding and as it is? The gravitational force between the sun and the planets, the force that is actually binding the solar system, it will obviously, the more it is expanding, the more the force will lessen. And this can actually make Earth, you know, come out of the axis the solar system is holding us. So there might be so many significant changes as this is happening. And the main reason behind the expanding of the universe is this mysterious force, which we called as dark matter. So, dark matter is mysterious because we don't even know what dark matter is. We simply have coined this term dark matter because we don't know what it is. We never have interacted with it, as Jaswant said.
You're muted again.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so I guess what I was trying to
You were
tell is
continuing with Jaswant.
yes, as I was saying, dark matter is one of the most intriguing and mysterious subjects because we don't know what dark matter actually is. We can't make head or tails of dark matter because we simply don't know if dark matter even exists or what exactly this dark matter is. We have no clue over this, and that is why dark matter is one of the most mysterious subjects. And dark matter, it is like more intriguing to us because as I'm talking to you now, the universe is expanding. The universe expands every second, every moment we are discussing. And you know what will happen if the universe keeps on expanding as it already is? Eventually the gravitational force in the solar system, which is holding earth and all the planets to it, it will lessen, and that may cause significant changes to the earth, our planet. And the main reason behind this expansion of universe is the dark matter. So you see, dark matter actually plays a quite crucial role in the expanding of the universe, but we have no clue what it is. So astronomy offers so many interesting subjects as the dark matter to research upon. It is one of the most mysterious and intriguing topics, I repeat. The next very interesting topic to study. Okay, so this is actually a fact. What if I tell you that there is a planet made up of solid diamond? You'll be like, wait, what? What am I even talking? I bet that will be your reaction. But in 2017, an international research team of astronomers discovered what may be this planet made up of solid diamond. Okay, the main concept behind this planet is pulsars. So, to tell you in layman's language, pulsars are these tiny dead neutron stars which are only about 12.4 miles, like that is roughly about 20 kilometers in diameter, and they spin at a humongous speed. They spin like hundreds of times a second while emitting beams of radiation. So these are quite interesting subjects to study, pulsars as well. And those are the main concepts through which this planet works. So this planet, the one which is made up of solid diamond, is paired with this pulsar, which has a name of PSR J17191438. So this pulsar, the scientists think, the research team, the international research team, they think that this pulsar is made up of carbon, which is so dense that it might be crystalline. And essentially, what is crystalline will mean that a large part of this planet will be of diamond. And another fact of this planet is it orbits its star every 2 hours and 10 minutes. Like the Earth orbits the sun after every 24 hours, right? And after 24 hours, a day is completed on Earth. But on this planet, a day is completed after 2 hours and 10 minutes. So imagine waking up, going to sleep after every 2 hours. So that is this, or that is what this planet is, the basic properties. So this like actually exist, a planet supposedly made up of diamonds. So are you intrigued yet? Are you interested in this yet? Okay, now the next interesting concept today we're going to brush over is the GLIS 436b, which is, in layman's language, it is called like a planet made up of ice but on fire. So I am sure this is quite interesting to hear. And when I first learned about this, I was deeply intrigued about this. So this GLIS 436b is actually quite a bit of paradox. This is actually an exoplanet, and it is mostly made up of ice. But strangely, this ice appears to be on fire. Now, the surface of this planet is about 822 Fahrenheit, which is roughly 439 degrees Celsius. But this planet's the icy landscape that surrounds it, like the Earth is surrounded by forests and ocean. This exoplanet is surrounded by ice, and this planet's ice, it stays frozen due to the immense gravitational force which is exerted by the planet's core. So our Earth's core is like, it has a gravitational force too, because of which we are bound to the Earth. Similarly, this exoplanet also has a massive gravitational force, which is why this ice stays frozen. Now, this force keeps the ice much denser than the ice we are familiar with here on Earth. So the ice we know, we can easily crush it, we can easily break it or mold it any shape. But on this exoplanet, since the gravitational force is so immense, this ice is really very dense. And it is also thought to compress any water vapor that might evaporate. So that's the magic of the ice in here. And this, it actually appears to be like, the ice is on fire. So that is why the scientists have coined this term as the planet which is on fire, planet made of ice on fire. And now we're going to take a look at some uni awesome words, eye candies. So I'm sure you must have you must have viewed so many beautiful images of the astronomy, of the space, which might have intrigued you and interested you, and you might have gone like, wow, this is so amazing. But today I'm going to show you some of these. Um, so yeah,
You're muted.
the NGC 6357. So this is actually called the Lobster Nebula, which is a nebula. So a nebula is like a place where stars are essentially sort of born and where they grow, and where they explode as well. So this is where stars are born, and they are sort of generated and stuff. So this galaxy is also the called as the Lobster Galaxy, and also known as the NGC 6357, is about 5,500 light years away from the Earth, and this distance is measured in astronomical units, which is also known as AU. So it is about this 5,500 light years away, which is like very very a long distance. This frosty looking Lobster Nebula is actually called as the cluster of clusters. So as we call the a group of cards a bunch, like that, the group of stars is called a cluster, and a cluster is a huge cluster. Like it is a huge group of stars, and this particular galaxy, this particular nebula, is called the cluster of clusters just because it is so huge. It roughly contains about three clusters of young stars, as well as the old, dim, expired sort of stars. So it is a beautiful nebula, and it has so many colors and everything. So this the colors that you see are like they actually corresponds to different colors. For example, the the purple color which you see here, it contains the data, the X-ray data that is extracted from the Chandra satellite and Rosat. These are two satellites from which the data is represented in the purple color. The orange color represents to the infrared data from Spitzer satellite, and the blue color, it represents the visible data from the supercosmos sky survey. So these are some satellites from which the data is seen in this color. So isn't that super amazing how you can actually recognize the data which different satellites provide in the colors? So it is also known as the winter wonderland just because it is like so magical and it looks so breathtaking. Now, the Mystic Mountain, another one of beautiful space things you can ever see, is actually in the Carina Nebula. So, again, this is another one of the beautiful nebulas, the Carina Nebula. This Mystic Mountain is a region of intense turbulence from the high energy stellar activity going on in this Carina Nebula. So it is very splashy, it is very elegant, this Mystic Mountain, it is totally breathtaking. So what actually is happening in this nebula, there are these columns of gas, and they release these gases or jets of gases. They are like flung from these columns. Now that is exactly what is happening in this nebula also, and this essentially happens when new stars are born. So you can see that this Mystic Mountain actually is generating a lot of new stars, a lot of new stars that we see in the night sky. So everything which is happening actually is seen through this image. Like uh, if we just look at this image, we won't be able to decipher anything. But the scientist actually can decipher, just like the last image that I showed you. The colors corresponds to various elements that are present in this nebula. For example, the blue color in here that you see, it corresponds to oxygen. So there's oxygen gas in the area that is represented in the blue color. The green color corresponds to hydrogen and nitrogen gas, hydrogen and nitrogen in the green color, and sulfur is represented in the red color. So that is again totally amazing. And I myself am very inclined towards this particular mystic mountain because it just looks so elegant and beautiful. This is the NGC 602. It is present in the small Magellanic Cloud. The small Magellanic Cloud, so there are these clouds of like, consist of galaxies. So there is small Magellanic Cloud and there is large Magellanic Cloud. So the small Magellanic Cloud, it contains this NGC 602, which basically has these kind of stars. And this particular NGC 602 is an open cluster. So as I said before, clusters are a group of stars. So this is an open cluster, which means that stars can like freely enter and exit as per their the stages that they are born in and the stages that they develop in. So this is an open cluster located in the small Magellanic Cloud. The small Magellanic Cloud is also one of the closest galaxies to the Milky Way. Andromeda is like theoretically the closest one, but this is also one of the closest galaxies to the Milky Way, the NGC 602. So the stars that are found in this cluster, they are formed at different times. So we can actually find out how old a star is by observing them. The scientists know how, and after observation of this NGC 602, the scientists found out that this cluster, in fact, doesn't compose of stars that are born at a particular time. Generally, the nebulas, they consist of stars having born at only a certain time, say from 1960 to 2000. But this nebula, it has stars of all different times, and some of these stars date as far as 60 million years ago, according to NASA. So this is one of the, again, the most mysterious, the most beautiful and breathtaking images that you'll ever find. So these were some of the beautiful images. And now my question to you: are you inclined towards astrophilism and astronomy today, or is the gravity of the Earth still stopping you? So keep wondering on that. And I supposedly kept the PPT short because I wanted you to go back with not much, but something small, but enough to reflect back upon. And I would like to conclude by just giving one sentence to you on why astronomy is considered and why everyone is learning about astronomy. So, in his book, The Use of Astronomy, Dr. Robert Aitken, he said, to give man ever more knowledge of the universe and help him to learn humility and to know exaltation, that is the mission of astronomy. So, you see, astronomy has a lot to give us. It teaches us so many wonderful things. For example, let me share with you how I actually came to learn about astronomy, how I came in this loophole of intriguing astronomy. So, I was looking at this beautiful image of the galaxy, Milky Way actually, and I saw the Earth on it. The Earth was there, but it was such a tiny dot, almost unnoticeable. But it was there, yes. And that made me wonder that how small we are actually. We are arguing for no, like we are arguing for no, like the events and the issues that are actually not so much of importance. And here we are, so small in the universe, so much to discover and learn. So that is what intrigued me in this space. And the universe, each day as I learn more about it, it interests me more because one of the biggest lesson astronomy teaches me is the universe is limitless. We don't know where it started, we don't know where it ends. It just exists. And that is what the universe teaches us to be. Be limitless, be you, and you'll see the results. So thank you for this, for listening to me. And yeah, again, I repeat my question. Is the gravity still stopping you? Or are you ready to take a flight and just learn more about astronomy? Thank you.
Wonderful, Mansi. It was, very insightful session.
Yes, sir. It was really just like I mentioned before previously. So, means and out of the art topic of the vast universe that we've never imagined, and just like Manasi said about the universe expanding, so it expands 72 kilometers per second, I guess, and you can see how vast it's getting, and I means can you wonder that life in the universe, because indirectly we are citizens of the universe, so um, you can see how life in our means in this life that never ends, means the infinite sky, the sky never ends. So the universe and such a vast just like the topic, it has a vast subjects and also some vast subtopics, and really now means everyone's dream is this time sky is not the limit. So yes, and
The sky is never the limit. The limit is always in your mind.
yeah,
It is always you who is stopping yourself and
yeah,
limiting yourself.
yeah.
The sky is actually just the beginning.
Yeah, it's always you who starts it all. It's always also you who ends it.
Correct,
Rightly
correct.
said, Riyad.
And when you study topic like astronomy, you will be encouraged to adopt the concept of global citizen.
Right. That is actually a true fact because we are all
Really true, sir.
essentially, yes, we are all essentially children of the universe, and that is what brings us together. So if you look at that it in that way, we are actually representing the earth in the universe. So in the earth, we represent as humans and not as just citizens of different countries. So that is actually a fact, that an insight, a perspective that unites us, the world.
I was like very curious to know like what would be the next topic. It was like very
Uh,
good. The session was very good. I liked it. And like
Thank
I
you.
knew all these words and all. I mean, I've kind of read it, but I could like never understand it to the top extent. But due to the session, I could understand it.
Thank you. And also, if any of the audience would like to ask any questions, um, please go ahead and I'll try to my best ability to answer this. So, okay.
Yeah, and also, can I add something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so just like you said regarding those Greek mythologies words, and even means the universe, that word. Do you know when where it derives from?
It derives from some mythology, I guess.
No, it's from an old French word that is universe without the last letter e, and which in turn also derives from another word. So you can say a third n word. So the first means universum, which is a Latin word, and it was used by Cicero and later Latin authors in many of the means same sense as, and in universum is used to mean that means that exists anywhere, and you can see regarding the earth, the other planets, sun, stars, and regarding any dark matter. So giving an example just like the black hole, because anyone wondered what is the next side, the next station of black hole, what is inside. So and also there in such things just like in moon, when you go to the moon you'll find that your weight is one-sixth of it on earth
Right.
because of the gravitational force. So means can you believe now if your I'm saying if your age is oh sorry, your weight is 54 kg in earth, then your weight will be in moon is 9 kg. So means it seems funny and also interesting, and
Mm.
means making us to ponder on things, wonder
That is
about.
where is the wonder of the universe. It
Yeah,
always boosts your curiosity, and it is a never
exactly,
ending subject actually.
exactly. And
And then
yeah,
as I said, there are records are being broken every day.
yeah,
So the recent one, like it was in the papers, and everyone here
yeah.
must be knowing about that. The woman Sirisha Bandla, she
Yeah.
was like she's
Now
a
she is the next Indian woman to fly into space after
yes.
Kalpana Chawla.
Yes, that's right. And that is just so inspiring. Every day there are
Yeah,
something which is happening, and it just inspires us to not stop, not let anything stop you, but just grow and expanding as the universe is essentially.
yeah. And also then means those very interesting topics you spoke about Nicholas Copernicus. Means it's what's really means at this century, it's really strange to hear that Nicholas Copernicus was jailed because he said that the Earth, the planets revolve around the Earth. Oh, sorry, the planets revolve along with Earth. The planets revolve around the sun, and the sun is the center. So mean- and means there were very controversial things at that time, and you can see on how the technology evolved. And just like you said now, before people don't, I guess, means you know about it, the people don't used to go to very far places because they think that they will fall, because they think that Earth is
Right,
square shaped. So now you
right,
can
That was
just now you say, yeah, just now you said that Sirisha Bandla is going to fly to the space after uh, Kalpana Chawla.
Kalpana
So you can see,
Chawla.
yeah, how the technology involved. I mean, it's evolved.
Yes,
And even in 1920s, that astronomer Edwin Hubble, he said, means made the revolutionary discovery that universe is never static, but rather it's expanding.
right,
Yeah. And you can see there are a lot of means there, if to write a book, because you are an author, so if to write a book on space, you'll means really end up with a series, and that series will never end, I believe. And it will be means such a long sequel, you can say. They say the universe could be flat, the universe is filled with invisible stuff, and we've never seen means the access. We just it's a man. And also because we've already moved around the solar system, but have you wondered what is outside the Milky Way? And there are such things regarding the nebula. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in the outer space. So it's really amazing. Yeah. Arav, are you there? Arav? I guess he's having some technical issues. Yeah. So means from,
Yeah, we have Kashish. Kashish is there.
yes sir. Kashish. Kashish, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yes sir. Yes Kashish. So thank you for joining today. And how was the session? A feedback from you.
It was really good and inspiring. The way Mans explained was really good, and I like the session was really good.
Thank you very much. I guess that stays in an pillar of encouragement to Manasi. Yeah.
yes.
And yes. And means there are others.
Riyadh,
So-
I'm very glad to say that like how the universe is expanding and
yes sir.
growing, evolving. Like we can see Mansi also
Yes.
growing and more confident and
Expanding.
more activities. Yes, yes. So all the very best for your future endeavors as well as all the best for your impactful initiatives as well.
Yes sir.
Thank you, sir.
My
The
same wishes
universe
to you,
is, in
Manasi.
fact, one of the reasons that inspires me each day. As I said before, it inspires me to be limitless. So
Yeah.
I just try to be that, the best version of myself.
Yeah. And just Neil deGrasse Tyson, I guess you're aware of him. So
I
he
watched the show.
he once said that we are part of this universe, we are in this universe, but perhaps more important than both of those facts in is that the universe is in us.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
one of his many inspiring quotes, and he's one of the most influential and
yeah.
inspiring person in this field.
And there is also one more thing. Means either we are alone in this universe or we are not. But both sounds really strange.
Yes.
Alien
Yeah,
life.
yeah. And just when you were saying something.
Yeah, I was about to tell you yours only that alien life.
Yeah. Okay, so means there are thousand things to speak about. Even the theory of relativity or the Big Bang uh, theory and all those means those books. You can means a brief history of time.
There are
So
just so many books that give you an insight on this. But what
yeah,
essentially matters is you having the will and you having the passion to learn.
yeah,
Because astronomy requires your patience, it requires your curiosity. And if you
exactly.
dedicate that to it, then the world is yours to conquer because that is what basically any study requires. And astronomy essentially it requires it the most. The patience, your patience to wait till your answers are solved by the universe itself.
Yeah.
So what essentially what at the end of the day all that matters is your passion, not just how many books you read or how many videos you watch. If you have the passion, you will just, I mean,
It's always the quality of time, not the quantity of time.
right, yes.
Yeah. And I've always been said in other sessions also that when there is a will, there is a way. And if you have the will to uh, do something, to be passionate about something, you will always find a way to achieve that.
Yes, that is something
Yeah,
I have experienced as well. Also,
yeah,
I would like to share with you all another one of the lessons that astronomy teaches us. I said before that it teaches us to be limitless. Also, it teaches us like there are these shooting stars, as we call them, tuta hua tara. We often wish, if we see one, we just wish on it. That, but it also teaches us if if you miss a shooting star or like a star is dead. Like if you don't dream we call this right if a shooting star passes and we fail to dream on it, if we fail to wish about that, then
yeah.
the chance is gone. Similarly, it teaches us if you are not working towards your dream, then your dreams are as good as dead. So you just should start working for your dreams today.
Yeah, exactly. Because and also means such means topics and to learn about, because even I'm means to be really honest, I am not a space science enthusiast, but I have been reading about it since childhood, not as a aim is to be a space scientist, but as a passion, or because when I means open the book and move to page one, I always end up reading the last page. So it's really amazing to know about everything. Even just like I said, there are a lot of books by Neil deGrasse Tyson or Stephen Hawking, Albert Einstein, then Carl Sagan, Cosmos, and a lot of books. Kip Thorne, one second, Brian Greene, then Avi Loeb. Lot of
Yes, one of the most easiest and perhaps for everyone to understand is the one by Carl Sagan, Cosmos. That is like you even in layman's language you can understand that as like
yeah,
for me at least it has been one of the most easiest book to learn about astronomy. And
yeah,
yeah, anyone here if you are enthusiastic about space, you can start by Cosmos by Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan was one of the most influential person in this field, so his work is very noteworthy as his writing. So you can
yeah.
start there.
He's a very renowned planetary scientist, cosmologist, and astronomer, astrophysicist, and also a best-selling author.
Right.
Yeah, and
I've read
do you
all of
know? Yeah,
yeah,
yes, Jaswant.
I mean, I've read all of Stephen Hawking's works, and they're like in a way they're inspiring, and they're they're very good. It's very easy to understand. It's like in very simple words.
Yeah, means the books like The Theory of Everything, or you can say The Grand Design,
Brief history of
or
time.
A Brief
Those are
History of Time.
actually not very easy to read that, but
Yeah,
if you
exactly,
are
not
like
easy.
if you stick to that, and if you stick long enough to like as I said, you need the patience. So if you stick long enough, it is you actually get what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
But it essentially all that matters again is your passion. So you
exactly.
just
And
have to stick long enough to
yeah,
understand
because
that.
even means it was a foolish thing to do, because I in grade one I read Stephen Hawking's book, but didn't understand a bit. So it was just the words I knew because of my vocabulary at grade one. But means some essays or articles by Carl Sagan, others means it means actually means when I did my session, I also said that means about writing that literature is what it is a written communication to common people, because it doesn't go with means if you put really tough words, it's literature means some say that means such easy words, but actually literature means is the communication. It's communication of easy words, means not easy but to the common people to understand. But if you can't understand any word, means if the people can't understand any word, that means it's no use to describe it as literature. And Carl Sagan, and do you know that Carl Sagan is also known as the astronomer of the people? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and he has already authored over 600 scientific papers and wrote several books about astronomy and natural sciences. And if you want to start being aspiring space enthusiast, you really should take as inspiration from Carl Sagan, and it's really great. Even if you read the biographies of Kalpana Chawla, or some
Rakesh
Indian,
Sharma.
yeah, Rakesh Dhawan, yes.
Sharma.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just wait 1 second. Yeah. So
Yeah, so I again
yeah,
I would like to quote this because yeah, do not let the gravity stop you, and do not let the gravity of the earth stop you, but be inclined towards astrophilism, because if you do it, it is just a wonderful subject. I can say I'll be my opinion will be biased, of course, but I can proudly say that it is one of the best subjects ever. So be inclined towards astrophilism and not let the gravity stop you.
yeah. And actually, I means just got confused. It is Satish Dhawan.
Yes, Satish
Yeah,
Dhawan.
Satish Dhawan. I just mixed Rakesh Sharma and Satish Dhawan. Yeah, so means it's really wonderful thing to means just like means those old people, especially those space scientists. Just like you can take an inspiration to it, means the most inspirational body we can say Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and also C.V. Raman, Homi Jahangir Bhabha, Vikram Sarabhai, then Srinivasa Ramanujan, and such those scientists. You can and Satyendranath Bose, and it's really amazing. And really to provide means a proper feedback to your session, Manasi. So just like I'd say that universe comes from the word universe, the same. So that it comes from the universum, and universe means that exists anywhere. And your words really describe it, making it really of value. And maybe means just like she said, the gravity has means never stop, and sky is never the limit. And means it's up to us. Even means there are endless thoughts to our endless dreams, and let it be something really great and encounter. So thank you very much, Manasi, for being here, and it was really wonderful having you.
Thank you, Riyad.
And thank you all for joining today. And I'd like to conclude this session by a quote by Robert A. Heinlein, that everything is theoretically impossible until it is done. So have a wonderful evening ahead, and see you in our next Saturday. I'll the link and time will be provided to you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ashar sir and Riyad, for supporting this program.
Yeah, it was our pleasure.